Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everyone. I'm just going to quickly put the topic for the day. Hi, Stella. I see that Stella is here already. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thank you, everyone, for joining. My name is Bayadi Simpson. I'm the founder of the Entrepreneur's Nook, and this is my first ever live that I'm going to actually invite someone to join. So I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about my guest today. Her name is Stella 𝐿, and she is the founder of Women Doing It Afraid. The name of her business says it all. It's absolutely says it all. So I'm going to go ahead and invite Stella, and we're just going to jump right in. So let me add Stella. I just saw you. Hey, Stella. How do I do a request? Okay, so I'm going to add you. Oh, Stella, can you please request to join? This is my first time, so I'm like looking for the button to add Stella on. Okay, I think I see it now. Here we go. So I'm waiting for Stella to join. Hey! Hi, look at you looking all fancy.
Fancy. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be here. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining me. I'm really excited. Like I was saying, I don't know if you heard this, but this is the first time I'm actually going to have someone on my live. I've gone on other people's lives, but this is my first time, and
I am
super excited.
I am very honored.
I'm super excited, and people are joining in. So I'm just going to just dive right into that. We can maximize the time that we have. So Stella, I heard about you through my sister. She's actually here. Lennox Cupcakes. I heard about you because my sister spoke at one of your events. So let me just tell you that I'm having like a praise moment now because I'm actually speaking with you.
Yeah.
My sister's been running her business for 12 years. So she was a speaker at your event, and here I am interviewing you. So I'm super excited to have you here, and I just wanted to quickly put that out there, get my fangirl moment out of the way. So Stella, first things first, let's just, in your own words, can you tell us who you are? So who is Stella 𝐿?
Oh my goodness, it sounds like an interview question. You're like, where do I start from? All right, so Stella is first of all a wife. I'm a mom to 3 adorable daughters. My last born is going to 5 months. So myself and they were kind of like comrades and just giving birth recently. But overall, I've said Stella, I am a woman who is multi-talented. And it takes a whole lot to say that because I've struggled so much with the fact that I can do so many things, and I always felt like I was dropping the ball and I wasn't living to my full potential. So I think I've come to a phase in my life where I would say Stella is a woman who is evolving. She's a woman who is living intentionally every single day, no day wasted, living in that consciousness that every day is a gift.
Yep.
I would say Stella is a woman who is tired of playing small, tired of going around the comfort zone, like, double in, double out, try this, okay, and then come back in. I've just come to a place where I'm like, I'm not afraid to stretch myself and just to be who God has called me to be. So every day I'm becoming, I always say like the proof of being a human being is in your evolution. Like there is no stop. You are evolving. So for me, it's just knowing that every day I'm becoming, every day I'm knowing more, every day I'm knowing more about myself, every day I'm stretching, I make mistakes, I learn from my experiences, and not letting my background limit me anymore, and trying to break those chains. So for Stella is just a woman who is becoming.
I love it. I absolutely love your intro. Like you said, we're evolving, every single day, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're living. And if there's something 2020 has taught us is that, we need to seize the moment. And I see that that's exactly what you're doing.
Like
yeah.
I don't want a show where I need to hear someone has passed to appreciate
Right.
life.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be the reason why I remember life or say, oh my goodness, stop another day. But I guess that's just what it is. You have to literally go to the hospital to appreciate health. I think we just need to get to a point where we're like, every day is a gift.
Yes.
Don't wait to hear bad news to appreciate good news. Don't wait to see negativity to appreciate positive, And so for me, it's just every day is a gift, Every day is a gift. Every day is a gift, yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. So, I mean, women doing it afraid. I mean, it's a really bold statement. It's what a lot of us are thinking. How do I do this even though I'm scared? How do I do this? Even though I feel like people are judging me. How do I do this? All the reasons that we tell ourselves, all the reasons that we believe, all those internal battles that we have inside. So how did you decide on naming your business Women Doing It Afraid? I'm really curious to find out, the thought process and how you actually landed on Women Doing It Afraid.
Sure. So the name Women Doing It Afraid, it's quite interesting. And I think one day I was kind of like driving with my husband, right? And I was just thinking about the fact how I'm always very quick to champion other people. I mean, have an idea, just call me. I would help you see that idea to fruition. Yeah. Like if something is complicated for you, bring Stella in. Stella will uncomplicate.
Yeah.
I think that kind of, I see the trend even in my career and on the other businesses that I have, so I would help people organize their events, be project managers for their project and things like that. But when it came to my own, like if I have an idea, I would shut it down. When it came to something that I was passionate about, maybe I have an idea or I want to start something, I always had excuses like, oh, I'm just new in the country. Nobody knows me here, or I don't have money. And I'm like, what is off? Like something is just weird with this thought process, right? And so just talking to my husband, and I was honest with myself, and I just said, fear. That's it. Yeah. And for the kind of person that I am, I wouldn't think fear would be the reason why I wouldn't be pushing my dream. It was more like, when you see someone, you're like, no, she can't be afraid. Like she can't. We are the ones that suffer fear, but not her. But there and then I was like, Stella, just be honest with yourself. Fear is the reason why you are not stretching. And the next move that I made was then to say, I can't be the only one who's feeling this way. I can't be the only one who's dabbling around comfort zone. I can't be the only one who's playing it small and just using little wins to cheer myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I did that. That's good. Well done. And then you retract back, right? I can't be the only one. There must be a community. There are women like me who want to do more, but fear is just messing with them. Yeah. And that's how I created Women Doing It Afraid. Literally, I was like, I'm creating this, so that I can, even through my journey, help other women, overcome that fear, overcome that mindset, belief, limitation, whatever it is, excuses, background, oh my goodness, there's so many things that just try to pull us down. There's so many things. And so that's why I created Women Doing It Afraid, to provide the platform to show women that you can be more, and you are made for more, basically. Yeah.
Awesome. I know you just mentioned, of course, you're a mom. So, a lot of people that on this page are women who, have their 9-to-5 jobs, but are also building their businesses on the side. They're juggling, being mothers, wives, and everything in between. So before we go on, I just want to ask you this question, because a lot of moms and women in general are curious to find out how the next person is balancing it all or juggling it all. I personally, I cringe a little bit when I talk about balancing it all. But how do you do it? How do you do it all? How are you able to be who you are and, be there for your husband, your children, your job, and your businesses? As I found out.
You're right about sometimes it's a touchy subject, talk about balance. Is there a concept of balance? There are different, food for thoughts on all that. But personally for me, I think I try to know what my seasons are, when to push and when to pull back. I try to first of all, I have a great support system. My husband is amazing. So whenever I need to probably go for an event and I need someone to stay at home with the kids or something like that, we do it in a way where we shuffle responsibilities, right? But personally as well, I feel like because of the fact that I know that I'm multi-talented and sometimes I get so overwhelmed, I'm learning to pull back when I need to and to push forward. I don't know if that makes sense, you know, knowing when you don't have to do everything, and your ideas, which for myself with multiple ideas, is know when an idea is just an idea and just put it down for now. Don't dive right in. I remember I think I did a video one time about sow the seed of an idea. If you have an idea, create an Instagram page or register the name, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to start building it out. Because when you start building it, overwhelmed and then everything's out of balance, and then you're like, God, what's my purpose? I'm confused again, back to square one.
Yes.
Just know when to push, know when to pull.
Yeah.
That's
Love
what I do.
Love it. So pretty much you're not saying that you're spreading yourself across everything, giving the same attention and, you know, the same energy. Let's be honest.
Let me tell you, yeah, there's some times that I do that and I know what the end result is. Yeah. I'm like, oh Lord, what's my purpose again? Yeah. God is like, I didn't tell you to push forward. I gave you the idea to just brood on it and then put it by the side. Like right now I have Instagram pages for maybe like 3 different things. Do you know what I mean? And like it's so fun. Like yesterday, a lady came to our office here and I was helping her like with her social media page. She just started a business and I was helping her like figure out how to do a website, you know, and social media and branding. And she's like, you do this, like people don't know that you do this. I'm like, I know. And that's because I can't start like, I can't do everything at the same time, but I know what my phases are, you know, and I'm trying to maximize those phases, you know. But one thing I want to say for sure is when you're multi-talented, just make sure that you're not burying any of your seed. Make sure you're not burying any of your seed. Be conscious of your seasons and your times and know when to bring one out and explore that.
Be conscious of your seasons and your time. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. So what does it mean to you, like doing it afraid? I know that, you know, in general terms, we're like, yeah, you know, I'm scared, but on a personal level, like what does doing it afraid for you? What does that look like?
Doing it afraid has given me the permission to be courageous. And now let me say this. Let me just go back a little bit back to my history. You know, like I grew up in Lagos. My mom did her very best, exposed us like to the best schools and everything. But there's something about conditioning. You know, when you grew up in an area where you know there's more, but you've not seen more, you know, and so you can only grow as much as what you have seen.
That's
right?
true.
And then you come to an environment where there's more, and you're like, it can't be me, you know, it can't be me. I can't get a great job, or I can't speak to women, or I can't write a book, or I can't do that. What you know, there's so many things holding me back, and you don't know what those things are. They're not tangible. They're intangible because they're all up in your mind, right? Yes. And so for me, doing it afraid is where I can be literally the only Black person in my business unit, or I'm speaking to CEOs and CEOs, and I'm having conversations, and I'm like, where did you come from again? So doing that afraid it has given me the permission to be courageous, to know that anything is possible, to not be afraid to step out, make mistakes, and say, that's fine, I tried, I'm going to try again, or maybe this is not for me, you know. So personally for me is, my mind right now is anything is possible. So if there's a reason why I'm not pushing forward to something, because I have made a choice not to. It's no longer fair because I have made a choice not to. So anything is possible. Doing it afraid is anything is possible. Just do it afraid. And that's a lot of us, if not everybody's doing, but we're doing something afraid. It might be in our personal life, it might be in our career life, it could be in our job, it could be in our business. Everyone is going through that journey. It's just as some people have taken upon themselves, they put it on their chest, like, see, and I don't care who you are, I see you, I hear you, but I am pushing forward. So people have just want it better. And so people are just still fighting, still trying to push through that. It's just like what our topic is today, trying to push through that fear. So people are like, I'm not even going to push through you. Let's all go on this journey together. You follow me, I'll follow you, we're going through, you know? And so for me is, Stella, your purpose, your purpose is very, very significant. Don't let fear stop you. So no matter what it is that you want to do, even if you're afraid, even if your hands are shaking, even if you have no idea how to proceed to this, just do it. Take the first move, make the first move, just go, actually go for it. So that's what it is for me.
I totally agree with you. And I just wanted to also ask or say that a lot of times, even when we are afraid and when we eventually do it, I mean, the time we spend like being afraid and that moment, I feel is even scarier than like when you actually do it, because
That's
most
right.
of the times we're thinking about the worst case scenario, like, oh, it's totally going to not be a flop, it's not going to go well, and then you end up doing it, and then you get good feedback, or you get things that make you that validates what you're doing. So I definitely agree with you, is that it's getting that courage, and like you said, separating yourself from fear, like, well, not separating for yourself, but rising
Rising
above is what I'm understanding from what you're saying. Yeah.
Just rising above it. And I usually say, like, for every level, there's a new kind of fear on there. It's like you can't run away from fear. Fear will always be there. The question is just, how are we using that fear to our advantage? Just breaking through, like, fear comes because it's like, oh, you're about to go into new territories. Are you sure you're ready? Are you sure? Are you ready to fail? Why don't you just go retract? That's why you use it to your advantage. I know I'm going to new territories. Let me check it out. Let me let me push through that fear. Let me step into it, because if we don't, we just keep we're just comfortable. For me, I think the biggest enemy to greatness really is just average. Is where I'm good, I'm happy. Okay, that's good. So people are happy being happy and being good, but some people want more. Some people want to break through. Some people want to break generational curses. Some people want to be like, what can I do? Some people want to build a legacy. Some people want to, go far and go beyond. And fear will be there waiting for you, because they're like, what about if you fail and you feel hard? And that's where let's think about, am I going to choose the pain of regret, or am I going to choose the pain of discipline? Which one am I going to go for? Let me discipline myself and not to rise to where I want to get to, as opposed to later on I'm regretting that I never tried.
That's true.
So we have to choose which pain we want.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So, I mean, the next question I had is like, but I think you've already covered that, like examples of things you've had to do afraid. Like, can you think about like something that really scared you, like, to your bones, that you ended up doing? I'm sure everyone's curious to find out, like, what's that? Well, I know you've done a lot of things that are afraid, of course, but what's that thing that really scared you to your bones and you did anyway?
So, okay, what scared me to my bones? All right, so I think probably I'm going to try to break it down to different aspects of my life, maybe like professionally.
Okay, that's yeah.
Okay, so let me start professionally. So professionally, I am a program manager, and also a Scrum Master. And so there is a particular certification that I wanted to do, and that was like the next level from the one I already had. And then just reading on it, a lot of people said you're gonna fail. It's not easy, and there were like a limited amount of people in the world that have that certification. So,
Oh, wow.
Yep. And so I was like, I don't know, maybe I should just be comfortable in this first level, because there are a lot of us in this first level, and it's good and all that. But the first step that I did was, I paid for the exam to hook myself in. And that's the whole concept about when you have a seed, just do something about it so that it doesn't go away. Right. So I paid for that exam to commit myself to saying, I'm going to try this. Even if I fail, that is fine. I paid for the exam, and then I started studying towards it. But then I would study, and then I would stop studying. I would be like, I'm going to work on this, and then I stop. I get distracted, and just taking this back to even us as human beings, and our fear is, we want to push through, we push through a little, we see success, and then we retract back, right? And so I would study, and then I would track back. I would study, I would track back. And then one day I said, enough is enough. It's either you do this exam and pass, or this exam and fail. Regardless of what happens, just do the exam. And that day I made up my mind. I did this exam, and I passed.
Awesome.
I was screaming around the house. I could not believe it. I was like, what was I afraid of again? What was I afraid of again? Right? And that just showed, like, anything is really possible if we commit our mind to it, right? Anything is really possible if we say, okay, I'm going to take the time to put work towards this, or just be disciplined towards it, or make commitments saying, I am going to push through. And right now, I'm part of the elect people with this certification. I could have decided to be comfortable, and there was nothing wrong with being comfortable, but I did that exam and I passed. So I said that's one of the first things that I did afraid. And maybe in my personal life or business-wise, I would say starting women did afraid as well. I did that afraid because I didn't really know a lot of people around here because I moved to the States about a couple of years ago. And so it was a big deal for me, who being like an introvert per se, saying I'm creating a community of women for women. Where are the women going to come from? Who do I know? But here I am talking to you. I've spoken to your sister. You know, it's just amazing, you know, how life or how destiny paves its way when we step into greatness or step out of our comfort zone. And so I'll say that's what I did afraid, starting the Women Did Afraid community. Another thing I'll say I do afraid is helping other women. And so I have this rule, which is not really a great rule, which says I always refuse to teach something if I don't know it.
Okay.
But now there are a lot of people that teach without really knowing something, right? Okay. So, for example, people come and meet me and say they have issues maybe with their businesses or things like that. And I'm always like, am I qualified to teach you when I have not gone through it? But yet I have a lot of women who have testimonies, who have spoken to me about maybe they have issues with their business or trying to figure out what to do with their life, and I've given them direction or I've consulted for them. For me, I would say that doing that afraid has shown me that my destiny is just not for me. Our destiny is connected to other people. Our purpose is connected to other people, right? And so you might think that, oh, my fear is just my fear, but you don't know who is waiting for you to start. You don't know who's just waiting to see your light shine so that their own light can shine. And so I would say that's one of the things I've done afraid.
Awesome, awesome. Guys, for everyone that is watching, Stella is dropping some gems. So please put them in the comments, because I'm going to go back to watch this live because I need to take notes. Like, I'm really itching because, like, you can see I have my pen, but I can't keep looking down to take notes. So you guys, you know, if Stella says anything or when she says something that really speaks to you, throw it in the comments, put it in the comments, put a lot of emojis around it so that others can see as well. I mean, I'm just like, okay, can I get some of that too? So anyway, thank you for that. So now we're talking about, you know, pushing past that fear and really going into detail about it, into detail on it. So how have you been able to push past, like, fears, insecurities, you know, all those internal things that we tell ourselves, you know, in order to pursue your purpose? Because I hear you talk a lot about your purpose, your destiny, you know, and so I definitely know that, you know, your focus is not on just right now, like you're looking ahead and doing what it is that you have to do. So how do you push back, like when you're having those moments, you know, that little voice that pops up, you know, and tells you, oh, you know, gives you reasons why, you know, you shouldn't do it, as opposed to reasons why you should, you know, those, or it might even be, you know, something somebody says in passing that they don't realize is, like, you know, going to impact you with what they say. How are you able to, like, what are the tools, or what do you do? What is your go-to when you need to push past those fears? Because, you know, all you're thinking about is your purpose, you know, where you're headed and your destiny.
What do I do? So I think the first thing I'll probably say to anyone, you know, or personally for myself, would be, what do I want to be known for? You know, what do I want to be known for? As a wife, as a mom, as a sister, as a human being, whatever it is, what do I want to be known for? And I think I want to ask, you know, even the audience that question is, what do you want to be known for? Because whenever we choose fear, we're letting go of something else. There's a cost. So you pick up
Guys,
fear.
write it down.
You pick up fear, but you're letting go of freedom, you're letting go of finance, you're letting go of, I don't know, you know, legacy, you're letting go of opportunities, you're letting go of health. Like when you pick fear, there's something else. So it's almost like, so when we say, oh, I don't want to do something, that means there's something else that you're doing. What is the opportunity cost of fear? And so whenever I have moments where I'm either feeling overwhelmed or at a crossroad, you know, I'm like, just really back in and finish what you have started. And let me say this again. Most times we get confused because we are looking around.
Yes. Yes.
We're looking around. We're too distracted. And so every shiny thing catches our attention. And that's why we need to have an idea of where we're going. And it might be easy to say, but sometimes when you don't know where you're going, I always say, look back at what you have started. There's something you've left halfway. Finish it. Because in finishing it, ways and doors will open. Like I know someone who just wrote a book and now she's already a guest lecturer for a major business school. She just wrote a book. She didn't think she was going to be a lecturer. People think, okay, so another example, I'm going to go a little bit into the Bible, right? When Moses was, God told Moses to part the Red Sea. And Moses was like, God, give me a sign. How do I know? Like, I'm a stammerer. How do I know you've called me for something? God said, what is in your hand? And Moses said, a rod.
Yes.
God said, that is way beyond a rod. That is an instrument for miracle. So what do you have in your hand that you have commonalized? Because you're looking at somebody else's shiny, shiny stuff. And for me, it's all about like, Stella, focus. You have so many gifts. You're talented. You have this idea. You have this idea. All right, just really back in. I think one time you did a video about enough of the courses, enough of the lessons, enough of saving posts. Oh, the one that you have saved, the one that you have learned. Have you even used it?
Yes. Yes.
Have you even used it, right? And so another Bible example would be the 5 loaves and 2 fishes.
Yes.
Everybody was hungry and they're like, oh, we don't have food to give. And God was like, you're just seeing that's 5 loaves and 2 fishes, but I'm seeing it as this will feed multitudes.
Yes.
Some of us on here, we've commonalized our gifts, we've commonalized our talents, commonalized where we are at. We think it's just a hair business. I'm just helping women with their business. Or I'm just coaching, I'm just doing that, I'm just baking. It is way more than that. It is way more than that. And even those that we're aspiring to, they started from somewhere as well, right? And so for me to push past my fear will be Stella. Stella, focus. Go back. What was we known for? Go back and focus. What have you started? You have a book that you've written for multiple years. Can you please finish that book and not think about starting a new one? That's how I kind of like chastise myself constructively, right? And another thing again is that I ask myself, okay, if I'm struggling with a particular thing or I'm afraid about something, is try to get knowledge about what I'm afraid of, because I've learned that knowledge dispels fear. When you learn about a particular area, it kind of like gives you boldness and courage to try, right? And then even in trying, you get to know more. And another thing I always tell myself as well is you're not learning from, if you fail or you fall down, whatever, you make mistakes, you're not really starting from scratch. You're starting from like more like a level of experience, so you know what to do better, again. And so I usually have these talks with myself, and I try to hold myself accountable. I hold myself accountable. So we're looking at how far have you come? What are your goals? Say you're going to get this done. Have you gotten it done? What did you start again? Just finish what you have started. And that's kind of like that's what I do really to push past my fears.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stella. So just want to tell everyone that's on here is that if you have questions for Stella, as I'm rounding up the questions, please use the question icon. You'll see a little card or 2 cards with questions so that we can put your questions on display. So I still have a couple more questions.
Please bring them on.
For you. So another thing is, what's one thing in particular that you would like to share with this audience? So, we're, like I said, we're moms, we're wives, we're 9-to-5ers, we're business owners. Like, what's one thing that you want to share with everyone on here, everyone that hears your voice at this point in time, in the future, through replays of this? Like, what's one thing you want them to walk away with from this entire session?
One thing I would want to say to everyone listening to me now would be for you to know and believe that you are made for more. You are made for more, and don't use just the phase of your life right now to summarize your whole existence. We're all living, everything is just in phases. Like I know this quote that says life is better understood in retrospect.
Yeah.
Like if you look back and you realize, oh wow, I didn't know this was where this was going to lead me to. And so you'll be doing yourself a disservice to say where I am right now is all I can be. it's not all you can be. Yes, you can speak life into where you are. You can say you have an amazing idea or picture of your future. But there's a part of inspiration and there's a part of discipline. So first of all, where you are now is not where you can be. You're made for more. But also be ready to do the work. Be ready to do the work. Everybody, you can't run away from that work. The shortcut is the work. The shortcut to that future is the work. So whatever work you need to do on yourself, on your mind, with your life, in education or getting coaches, getting mentors, having an accountability group, whatever that work is, just commit to it. And to be honest, the work will not be easy. The work will not be a walk in the park. The work is going to take something out of you. It's going to be a sacrifice. And so if it was easy, everybody will be doing it. So even if you're feeling some sort of way that I'm putting all the work, I'm not seeing the results, just stay the course. You will understand later why you're doing what you're doing. Another thing I want to tell people is don't get intimate with, don't get obsessed with inspiration. What do I mean by that? I mean, it's like people are getting addicted with inspiration. Inspiration is great. We need to get inspired and you need to know the level at which you are in, right? So some might need to be inspired to know, okay, yeah, I know I'm inspired and that means I know that I can be more. But some people are over full with inspiration. You don't need any more inspiration. All you really need to do is the work. All you really need to do right now is the work, and you can do the work. So look around you. Am I just getting addicted to inspiration? So I get this fix, the inspiration level comes down, I get the fix, but then I'm not making any move. It's like you are struggling with yourself. And that's because you are getting full with inspiration, but you've not disciplined yourself enough to do the work. You can champion other people. You will champion other people. You say, well done. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh my goodness, you're an inspiration. Oh, you're my motivation. But you can't do that internally to yourself. They're doing the work and you can see the results, right? You want to aspire to them. So all I'm saying is the work. That work is waiting for you and I. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Yeah. That work is waiting for us. We have to do that. The book will not write itself. Yeah. That book will not write itself. The event will not organize itself. The business will not start itself. The website will not create itself, right? And when you started, just stay the course. And going back to staying the course and knowing that this is what you want to do. You get what I mean? Because people start, but they don't stay the course because their why has changed. The reason why you started has changed. So first of all, what is your why? Start and then stay the course. That's what I want to say. And do it afraid. Keep doing it afraid. Keep doing it afraid. Keep doing it afraid.
Awesome. So once again, for those of you that awesome. For those of you that just joined, if you have questions for Stella, please use the question icon to post questions in, and let's get as much. She's dropped lots of gems. Like I said, I'm going back to watch this because I need to take notes. So if you have questions for Stella, please feel free to put the questions down and I'll get to them. So let's tie all this together. How has doing it afraid changed or impacted your life and your business? Like how has, Stella from a couple of years ago when you were new in town to Stella of today who's doing it afraid, who's going for it? Like how has that changed your life and your business?
It's changed my life in so many ways. It's shown me that that I'm made for more, and it's shown me that I have a purpose to help other women. And so when I see someone say, I came to your event, or I saw a post you posted, a woman did afraid, or I go on your blog and I started. To me, that's like, thank you. Like, can I retire now? Not really, but can I retire now? Because it shows that somebody else is influenced positively by me stepping out of my comfort zone. And so that's how it's really changed my life. And it's also given me the courage to know that there is nothing that's impossible anymore, right? Like whatever it is, as long as I know that that's what I've been told to do, or I've been given divine direction to do, like let me go for it. So stepping fully into my purpose, stepping fully into who I know that I can be, or who I'm aspiring to be, you know. And even for my business as well is like teaching. Like people don't know, I have a business where I teach people who want to become scrum masters or project managers, like helping other people have financial freedom. If I didn't get that knowledge, if I didn't get that experience, I wouldn't probably have the platform to teach other people. If I was afraid of, oh, what about if I teach them and they don't understand, I wouldn't be able to influence other people's life, you know. And so just doing it afraid, just showing up regardless of what is going on around me, regardless of how I'm feeling, and just say, you know what, I'm going to show up in my feelings. I'm going to show up whether I'm happy or sad, because this assignment is way more than me. This assignment is, for me, it's global. It's a ministry, basically. It's a ministry. I think that's how we should see this. Is whatever you're doing, it's a ministry. You know, you're talking to people, you're connecting with people, you are influencing people's life. You are the influencer, even if you think you don't have a million followers, whatever it is. You're influencing your family, you're influencing your friends, your sisters. Like, when people come to you, how do they live? You know, and so for me, I want people to come to me and leave knowing that, oh, I had a mind block. And when I spoke to Stella, I know what the next step was, you know. And I think I have some women on here who can actually agree to that too, you know. It's just business, career, family, you know. I spoke to Stella, I came to Stella's event, I read Stella's post, whatever it is, or Women Do It Afraid, and you know, I had an idea of what next I was going to do.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. So that my next question was going to be you telling us, you know, you've dropped all these gems, but what is the Women Doing It Afraid platform? What does Women Doing It Afraid offer to women? You know, every day I learn something new from the Women Doing It Afraid page. So what is Women Doing It Afraid? What is the community? What is the platform?
So Women Do It Afraid is a community of women and for women who are tired of their fears holding them down, and they are ready to do life afraid, like in greatness. And so we organize events. We have one coming up actually November 21st, and that one is specifically for career women who want to start their business, start side business or side hustle, or who want to grow and sustain their side business and side hustle. And so we have events. We have a blog that we send out as well. We have an email list. We've got merchandise that have amazing affirmations for women who are not just about saying it, but about wearing their affirmations, wearing their statements, you know, wearing statement pieces. And then our social media pages as well. So I always say our social media page, no matter how you are feeling, no matter how your day is going, you go to our page, there'll be a message for you on there that will kick you in the butt, say, yes, girl, you got this, you know. And so that's what we're about, the events. And we showcase women in our community who are also doing it afraid, so that anyone watching will say, wow, if she can, I can as well, right? If she started from this way and this is where she is, I can as well. That's why I always love, you know, Miriam's story as well, like just, you know, just baking cake because she was pregnant and she had a craving, and now she had multiple stores. Just imagine the impact of that idea on other people. Say, oh, I'm just starting from my corner of my kitchen. Know that a woman like her started the same way, and she's where she is now. So showcasing such stories is one of the things that we also do. But then our events as well, I love our events. You know, I've had women attend our events, and on the spot, I've got them to create websites, got them to open up social media pages on the spot. You know, I've got them to talk about themselves. You know, to own their awesomeness. To own their awesomeness, to say it with their mouth, because if you don't say it, how would you believe it? How would somebody else believe it, right? And so that's what we are, just a community, just pushing women through their fears so they can live life to the fullest and to the maximum. That's who we are. Yeah.
Awesome. You guys, I want you to check out Women Doing It Afraid. I've shared some of the things that I've been able to pick up from the platform. Every time I go on your page, like there's something new, like I always feel like I'm up to date with the post, and I go there and I'm like, no, I'm 4 posts back. Like behind, you know. So there's always something new, and I was really excited you know, with your new online store. I definitely know that I'm going to be getting the white Do It Afraid tank top. White is definitely my color, something that I like to do. So, you know, thank you so much, Stella. Wait, hold on one second. I have a question.
Please.
Kemi one says, how do you charge when people who want it free? maybe you did it free for the person before. So this is a question that I am interested in finding out as well, because I can definitely relate to it.
So everybody, oh my goodness, free, 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 free. Mm. So you've done it free before, meaning that they've already tasted your services, they have an idea of your experience of what you've given to them, and now they want it free again. That person doesn't value your work, because if they value your work, they will pay for it. And so you have to ask yourself, why is it that they think my work is equals to free and not equals to money? How are you showing up? How are you presenting? What perception of your work? Like, how are you showing them your work is? Are you making them feel like it's still equals to free, or they gotta pay for it? So I would say, if you want to change that dynamic, is for you to let them know that I've done it free for you. Did you like it? Yes. All right, moving forward now, this is how much my service or my product is going to be. And you don't have to have a conversation with them. You can direct them to the website. Direct them to a website or a sales page, right? And that changes the tone of the conversation. And so they know that, okay, things have changed, right? This person is a business person. And so for me to be able to buy or whatever, use your service, I have to pay for it. There's a cost associated with it. So as a woman in business, no matter how you think your business might be small or massive, whatever it is, you have to understand your value. And that value will be perceived by people who are going to buy from you. So if you don't show up as valuable, however you show up is how they're going to perceive that. So direct them. Do you have a website page? Direct them to the website page. Do you have a sales page? Even if it's a Microsoft Word document that has your prices, send it to them. And that changes the dynamic of the conversation, right? And if they ask for free, then you tell them, you don't know they're doing free, because for how long can you do free?
Exactly.
Then it's a hobby, it's no longer a business.
Exactly. My thoughts exactly. Exactly.
Right? It's a hobby, it's no longer a business. So just package yourself where you have your products or your services and how much, what the cost is, and then send it to that person. You've already done it for free for them before. So they've experienced your awesomeness, and they shouldn't have any problem paying a certain fee for it. They value you and your work. And if they don't, then maybe they're not your customer. Not everybody is your customer. Maybe they're not your customer.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you, everyone. I'm looking to see if we have more questions here. I don't see any questions, but just to wrap this up for everyone that joined, I just want to say thank you, especially starting with you, Stella. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining here. Thank you for sharing your gems and giving yourself fully without holding back. I really appreciate it, and I'm so happy that I'm starting, to have women on my platform, because I've been afraid to just share up live with other people.
You have better. You have better.
So I'm so happy that I started with you, because I've started to look and talk more about those internal battles that we go with our mindset, and it was just fitting to have you as the very first person to kind of set the tone and wake us up, yes, you're afraid, but here's why you should keep going. There are so many gems dropped that, we're made for more, and that's one thing I'm walking away with, that it's not just about me. It's, that person who's waiting for me to get myself together, who needs me to get myself together so that, I can, give them what they need. So I hope that, everyone on the call, on this live has been able to, definitely walk away with things that you're going to apply. Stella said we should not, overload on inspiration. Yes, inspiration is good, but, take that inspiration and use it to propel you forward. Use it to push it past your fears, use it to do the next thing. And like you said, it's not about looking at, the entire thing, or, when a seed has been planted, take action, and then, but don't just forget about it. Start by taking action, even if you feel that, now is not the right time, but that seed has been placed in you. Yeah. So I want to thank everyone for joining. Thank you all. I'm super excited to end this and go back to watch it so that I can take my notes as well. So thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm going to make sure I save this so that there's actually a replay. And once again, follow Stella at Women Doing It Afraid. She has some fabulous merchandise. that she in her online boutique. So definitely feel free to check it out. Check out her page to find out more about how you can work with her. So thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Mwah, mwah. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.